Say hello. Say hi. Hi. Well, hello everyone. Lot Garden Bird Lady here, coming to you guys with a quick video. And in this video here, I wanted to talk to you guys about how to get your parrots to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. So let's jump right into it. So in this video here, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I feed my parrots and how I was able to get my parrots to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Just a little bit of the backstory. When I first got my first son, Conyer, Charlie, my sweet Charlie, he actually was on an all-seed diet. So it was very, very challenging to get him to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Come on, Dad. One thing I noticed, parrots from pet stores, I have not seen any kind of parrots locally in my area now. Let's get this right, because you guys love going in the comment section acting up. But in my area, I have yet to see a pet store that fed the parrots anything but seed. Seed and mullet is what they always get. So typically in my area, I haven't seen it. The big box pet stores in my area, they always have a bowl of seed and they have millet, but you never see any fresh fruits or vegetables, and you never even see any pellets. What I see in my area. And each parrot is going to be different. Just to put this out here, each parrot is going to be extremely different. My two, oh my God, they are like, he's like that child, like, I don't like that, I don't like it, oh no, I don't like it. And then he's like that child that's like, hey, if you eating it, I want some. As long as you eating it, I want some. So they are so completely different. And Danny will eat fruits and vegetables, but the crazy thing is typically he has to see me eat it first. But Casper has to, if he's trying something new, he has to eat it with me. So if I eat it first and I'm like, oh my God, this is so delicious. Oh my God, this is just so good. Oh, Danny, you gotta try it. You just gotta try it. Want some? And he may act a little funny, but the more I act like, oh, this is so good, he's gonna come on over and like herb and snatch it from me like he's stealing my food. So that's one thing about Danny. But Casper has to literally eat out of the plate or the bowl with me when trying something new. They are so different, it's crazy. It is so crazy. Danny likes to snatch the food and then kind of like run off, but Casper, he has to like, we're eating dinner together in order to try something new. So each parrot is completely different. Some things that you can do to get your parrots to eat vegetables will be, the first vegetable that I would recommend that you try to feed your parrot is broccoli. Broccoli has been one of the easiest vegetables that I was able to feed my parrots. And I believe it's because, especially if you have a parrot on a seed-only diet, I believe it's because the little florets look like seeds. That's what I believe. What I would do, and this worked like magic with my parakeets. I could not get my parakeets to eat fruits or vegetables to save my life. I couldn't get them to go near it. It's like they were afraid of it. And every parrot that I've done this with, it has worked. I will take a broccoli floret or broccoli for him, like a broccoli crown, and I will stick the what do you call it, the stem or whatever you call it of the broccoli right here in the cage, and I will let the florets or the crowns just sit in their cage, and they will eventually go and inspect it and they will eat it. And broccoli is the #1 vegetable that I have been able to get all my parrots to eat, bar none. Even this guy right here ate broccoli without having to eat it with me. And usually, in order for him to eat new food, he has to eat it with me. And that's the only way that he will eat new food, is if he's eating it off my plate. And so, broccoli is #1. Start them off with broccoli, and you can either put it on a skewer, or you can stick, if you have stems of the broccoli that are large enough, you can stick it through the bars of the cage and just let it hang in the cage, and they will explore. And I honestly believe it's because those little florets, they look like seeds. But all of my parrots have eaten broccoli, and that way worked. I guess because they couldn't see the stem, because I put it in their cages and they won't eat it like that. Well, they will now, but originally they wouldn't go chew it when I put it in their actual food bowl. But if I put it on a stewer or if I stick it on their cage, they eat it. They go chew it. So first things first, try broccoli. Another thing is make it fun. Make it fun. Make food fun. Like I said about the stewer. And I'll try to see if I can find a picture of it. But what I would do is I would stick different types of fruits and vegetables on skewers. But make it fun for them. Hang it on their cage, like I said. Just make it really, really fun for them. Sometimes it just doesn't work putting it in their food bowl and or giving them a plate of it and expecting them to eat it. Make it fun for them, and they will eventually go to it. It may take a couple of tries or whatever, but they will eventually go to it. The one thing about it is not that your bird is being difficult. Well, I mean, some of these jokers, sometimes these jokers are being difficult, but it's not like your bird is just being inherently difficult. It's just in the wild, if a bird were to eat the wrong thing, the wrong berry, the wrong fruit, the wrong anything in the wild, that's the difference between life or death. So they are very, very cautious about what they decide to eat, and rightfully so. So one thing that you want to do is you want to show them that it's not poison. Show them that it's not poison. If they see you eat it, they will eat it. They're more likely to eat it if they see you eat it, and that works with both of them. That's one thing that worked with both of them, is seeing me eat it. He only has to see me eat it. He has to only see me eat it, and then he will eat it with me. But he won't eat it by, even if he sees me eat it, he won't eat it by himself the first couple of times. But he will eventually eat it as long as he's eating it with me. But as long as he sees me eating it, he's like, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'll eat that. And so after the first couple of times of him seeing me eat it, he begins to recognize it. And now I don't have, like, carrots. I wanted him to have carrots so bad, to eat carrots so bad. And he would not eat carrots. So what I would start doing is I would start getting little shredded carrot pieces, and I would just sit there and I would eat it like it was chips. And then eventually he came and he just snatched it out of my hand one day. I knew he was coming to snatch it out of my hand, but I was putting it to my mouth really, really slow, and he was sitting on my shoulder. And I actually, you know, just kind of like, and he came and he snatched it and kind of went down my arm and hung right here, and he started eating it. So ever since that day, you know, I've been able to put those little carrot shreds in his bowl, and he would eat it. So that's another thing, just going into the next way to get your parrots to eat. Sometimes it's all about size. Size does matter when it comes to your parrots eating food, because sometimes I can give him a banana, and if that banana slice or piece is too big, he just won't eat it. He won't eat it. Go figure. Same thing with him is if something is too small, he won't eat it. If I give him a piece of banana and it's too small, he won't eat it. He has to have a large piece of banana. So the way the presentation, the way you're cutting it up, you have to find out what works better for your parrot. Because some parrots like chop, and see, he likes chop, where it's chopped up, you know, really, really fine. He likes chop. He won't touch chop. So for him, I have to have big pieces for him. He likes to hold the food in his hand and eat from his hand. He doesn't just like to eat out of the bowl. Even his pellets, Danny will take his pellets and just pretty much eat them, you know, out of the bowl or whatever. But his pellets, he has to be able to hold his food in his hand. And he is and just moving on to the next way is moisture. What do you call it? The texture of the food. He dunks everything in water. That's what a lot of parents like to do. They like to dunk their food in water. He will just eat his pellets or whatever without dunking it in water. He dunks everything in water except for his nuts. Child, you gonna get some sleep. But he dunks everything in water except except for his almonds and peanuts and everything. So he dunks them in water. He dunks it in water. So I guess that's why he has to have food a certain size, is so that he can get the consistency that he likes it. Like he likes more of a hard type food, but he more of a large type food, but he dumps it to make it wet or soften it up the way he likes it. So you have to kind of play around with the fruits and vegetables and see how they like it. Even when he was sick, I couldn't get him to eat fruits and vegetables. Like he did not like the baby food. It was very, very hard for the magic bullet and everything. It was very, very hard for me to get him to eat out of the syringe. It was very hard. And even I fed him, he was so sick that I would feed him the Parrot formula, the hand reared formula, and it was just like he didn't like it because it was so soft. It was the consistency of it. And so, but what I was able to do is once I made it a little bit thicker for him, he actually ate it then. So you might have to try a lot of different methods as far as consistency and size and presentation. Alright, so another thing is if you have a parrot like Casper loves to rip and shred things up. So you can use romaine lettuce and you can hang romaine lettuce from the cage, and they will have a ball. I'm telling you, they will have a ball with lettuce. They would tear it up, rip it up, and at the same time, eventually they would start tasting like, oh, this is kind of good. So lettuce is really, really good. And romaine lettuce, you took my focus off, babe. So romaine lettuce is like so many times, I don't know how many times, more nutritious and has more nutritional value than like iceberg lettuce does. So I give them romaine lettuce. So yeah, I give them romaine lettuce, and I have different types of lettuce that I grow in my garden that are not offered in the store, like the Amish deer tongue lettuce and the Black Simpson lettuce, Caesar, which is a type of romaine lettuce. I have a lot of red lettuces that I grow as well, red romaine lettuce that I feed them. So that's one of the pluses of growing my food and my parrots' food, is I can give them things that are not in the store, and they have more nutritional value than just a regular iceberg lettuce. I don't think that I've ever given them iceberg lettuce. I think it's always been romaine lettuce that I've given them. But they will like to shred it up, and they're full right now, so I don't know if I wish I would have done this video and while they were eating and showed you guys some of the different techniques, but I'll try to post pictures of everything. So I honestly think they look at lettuce like it's paper and they like shred it. I don't know, but they shred it and play with it, but they actually will eat it. Like at first he will only shred it and play with it, but now he actually will eat lettuce. He knows it when he sees it, and he will actually go and he will eat it. And whatever he doesn't eat, then he makes a mess. And just one thing that you don't want to leave the food in their cage all day, because it can start growing bacteria on it. So whatever they don't eat during mealtime, take it away and put it in the refrigerator, or throw it away, whatever you decide to do with it. Like their pellets, I will leave their pellets for them because there's no risk of any bacteria or anything growing on the pellets. So I will leave their pellets out a little bit longer. But as far as me leaving the fruits and vegetables, you don't want to leave that out, because the longer you leave it out, it begins to grow bacteria on it. So, and you don't want to feed them a lot of vegetables. You don't want to feed them a lot of fruit. Fruit have high sugar content, so you don't want to give them too many fruit. The type of fruits that I give them, they love strawberries and grapes. I pretty much keep it to strawberries, grapes, bananas, and apples is what I give them. Apple slices is what I would feed them. That's basically, I don't really like to give them peaches, and it's honestly no reason that I don't like to give them peaches, besides peaches is my favorite fruit, and I'm very, very selfish when it comes to my peaches. So I do not feed them a lot of peaches. Every now and then, if I'm eating a peach and one of them is on me, I cut them a little piece of it. I let them take a little piece of it. I also feed them occasionally, what do you call those things? Cuties. Mandarins and clementines and things like that. Seedlets. I usually feed them things like that. But you don't want to feed them too many too many citrus fruits, because again, that can become toxic to them eating too many citrus fruits. And it's real funny because I'm like, in the wild, parrots eat, you know, fruits and nuts and everything, but I've never seen a parrot, I've never seen a bird in my garden eating lettuce that I've the lettuce that I've grown, or the kale that I've grown, or the broccoli that I've grown. Never seen that in my garden. But they will eat my blueberries. Oh, they love blueberries, by the way. That's another fruit that they love. They will eat my blueberries, my strawberries. They eat my tomatoes, and they definitely eat my corn. So those are some things in my garden that they do eat, but I've never seen a bird in my garden actually going after my kale, you know, or anything like that. So it's really, really funny that they say, you know, feed your parrots this right here, all these vegetables, but in the wild they really don't have. They eat a lot better with us than in the wild because they don't have all that, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure they get their nutrition somewhere. And anyway, I digress. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been working all night and I'm very, very sleepy. So I'm trying to do this video while I'm sleepy. So I don't know how much of this is going to be in here, but this is kind of fun. And also another thing to do is give them food that they can forage, that makes them, that they can actually forage, and they actually have to do something to get to what they want. Like nuts. They love, my parrots love nuts. They love. And what I usually like to do with my parrots, here he comes. What I usually like to do with my parrots is I like to get just the regular nuts and I don't know if you can see this interest. Crest is up and everything. He's like, Mama, give it to me. Yes, sweetheart. Alright, so they love nuts, and what I like to do is I like to feed them these kind of nuts that has the actual shell on them, and I stock up on them around Christmas and Thanksgiving time because they have a lot of them on sale. But the nuts, because it actually keeps their mouth busy, it actually allows him to break, like walnuts. This guy right here, I can't feed him walnuts because of course he's too small. The only nuts that he actually eats are almonds. But he loves walnuts, and I just actually ran out of walnuts. Almonds are his favorite, but it's something about the walnuts. He would even actually, after he's eating the actual nut out of it, he would still play around with the shell. He would just go, it's like a challenge for him, like, I'm gonna destroy this shell. But it makes a bit of a mess. As you can see, it makes a bit of a mess that I have to clean up later on in the daytime, but I mean, parrots are just messy. So give them something they can forage for. So things like nuts. Okay, we're talking about vegetables. So vegetables, peas, sugar snap peas. He loves sugar snap peas, and it's just like a treat for him where I give him a whole sugar snap pea, and I think I have a picture that I'm gonna post. I give him a whole sugar snap pea, and he just loves to just pull that shell of that pea off to find that sweet little pea in the middle, and he loves it. He enjoys it. So sugar snap peas are things like that where they actually have to do some work to get to what they need, and that's what they have to do in the wild. That's just natural instinct for them, and I think that's why they enjoy it so much, because it's actually a natural instinct where they can do that in the wild. They actually have to forage for their food. They have to crack the nuts. They have to peel back, you know, the fruit or whatever. Like when I give them bananas, he doesn't do well with bananas with skins on it, but when I give him a banana, I give him the banana with the skin on it, so he can actually pull that skin back. He can pull it back and he can eat, because that's how it is in the wild. So yeah, it's not simple. It takes time, and you just have to just keep at it. It's all about consistency, and it's all about finding out what your bird likes, because just because he's not eating broccoli whole, he might eat it chopped up. He might just prefer chopped. So it all depends on what your parents like. And another thing that you can do is, he prefers cooked broccoli. He would eat regular broccoli if I just put it on his cage, but he prefers steamed broccoli. Broccoli that has are you okay, sweetheart? You're on the spell. Come on out. You've been being quiet. You've been being really good. You can come out. if you want to. So he prefers steamed broccoli to, he would eat steamed broccoli straight out of his bowl. I don't have to pin it up on his cage or anything like that. He eats it straight out of his bowl if it's steamed. He also loves sweet potatoes. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. He also loves sweet potatoes. So, you scared? You took the leap, huh? You took the plunge. Hi, sweetheart. Nice. He loves cooked foods a little bit better than he likes raw food. Like he enjoys sweet potatoes. He's a fool for sweet potatoes. He actually also enjoys cooked broccoli as opposed to like I'm sorry. He also enjoys cooked pasta, whole grain pasta, as opposed to Danny would just eat just dry pasta. Go figure. But he just has to be cooked. So there's so many different ways. You might have to try it different ways. You may have to steam their food a little bit. You may have to mix it up. One parrot might really not like food that is all mixed up together. They might like bigger chunks instead of chopped. You might have one that likes chopped as opposed to, all right, you see Casper out. So one might like chopped as opposed to liking the big chunks of food. So you just have to kind of really try it. Just because your parrot is not eating fruits and vegetables, don't give up. Try it a different way. If you gave it to him raw, try giving it to him cooked. If you gave it to him cooked, try giving it to him raw. If you gave it to him in big chunks, try cutting it up real fine and making chop with it. Try warming it up a little bit. Some parrots just like food warmed up a little bit. So, yeah. And another thing that you can do is act like you don't want them to have the food. They're weird like that. They're really, really weird like that. If you have something that you don't want them to have, they want it. Automatically. They want it. So if I'm playing the whole keep away game, like, no, I don't want you to have this. No, this is so delicious. Oh my God, it's so delicious. Nope, you can't have none. You can't have any. You can't have any. And leave them an opportunity to kind of steal it from you. They love that. It's like they want what they can't have. They want what they like. You know, like some men, you know, they want what they cannot have. Say hi. Say hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Yeah, there we go, sweet thing. Mwah. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope that's helped someone out there to get their babies to eat a better diet. And if you just cannot get your parrot to eat fruits and vegetables, just keep at it. Keep at it. If they're on the seed only diet, get them off the seed only diet. And the way to do that is how I did that. I did like a 3/4 seeds and then 1/4 pellets, and then eventually I began to increase the pellets, and they really love them. One thing I did want to mention that I did leave out is the reason that I do limit their nut intake is because too many nuts can cause, oh God, what is it? Is it magnesium or nickel, or I can't remember what it is, but I will put it up here. But feeding them too many nuts, just like us, that when we eat too many nuts or whatever, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Not sure, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me get these boys under control. Let me get them to I gotta clean out his cage again for the second time today. I gotta clean out his cage again because I forgot to put the puppy pad down, so we got some poop on the bottom of the cage. So I need to clean out his cage again. I need to put him up, and then I'm going to bed because I have been working all night long. Yeah. So I hope this guys helped. If you have some more tips on some things that work for you for your parents, make sure that you put it in the comment section below, because we all have different ways and different things that we can do. And our parents, they are different. Some different creatures. They're all like, I have two raised in the same household, and they are completely different. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. And as usual, toodaloo. Bye bye. Let's see. Are you gonna wave? Hey, bye bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. 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 You gonna wave? Go ahead. Bye-bye. 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 I'm trying to get my ring. Alright guys, so he's not gonna wave. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So he's not gonna wave this time. But thank you so much guys for watching. And as usual, toodaloo. Bye-bye.